What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse, and this is the Auditorium where I react to video game music. As a musician myself, today is a Patreon request for an old friend, Moon Knight. This is the return of Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's been a while for Yakuza in general. This song is called Light and Darkness, and then in parentheses it says Ism. I've never played this game, but I have now officially played my first Yakuza, so that's exciting. I played Yakuza 0 about a month ago or so. And I got to meet, Kiryu and Majima and all those fun people. It was a good time. And I bought the rest of the games. I don't know when I'm going to play them, probably in the span of the next 20 years. But, now I'm a little more familiar, I guess, with the world. But it's still, there's still so many songs I haven't heard. And I've only played 0, so... I don't know what Like a Dragon is. I don't know. I think it's like a spin-off or maybe like a translation. I don't know. There's like a lot of little intricacies with Yakuza. But I do know that Hidenori Shoji is still the composer, so it's all good. Anyways, this is kind of a long song. I'm guessing it loops. This is Light and Darkness from Yakuza. And I really don't know what to expect because there's so many genres in this damn game. So, here we go. Oh, that's already way different. This caught my attention immediately. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. There's a whole lot of melodic ambience in this one, while being kind of metal AF in the background. Some might even call it ethereal. I think this is the first time I hear violins in Yakuza. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Again? Oh. It's in a different timing. I think it's like on the downbeat. Dun dun dun. Yeah. It hasn't looped yet, as far as I know. Damn, dude! Ooh. I just blinked out. I totally forgot what I was doing for like a good 20 seconds. Wow. I got lost in it. I like that, like the melodic violin and slow, but the drums are like picking up in the background. I like that. Good dynamic. Oh, we're back, okay. Wow, man. I gotta like give it up for the drums because they're doing a lot. A lot. This is the best part of the song to me. Wow, man. Honestly, I kind of went into this video going a little bit like, I kind of had an idea what it may sound like, and that was totally wrong. I only said that because I'm like, oh, well, I played one of these now. I maybe can get an idea. But honestly, no. That was the most... that was one of the more unique songs that I've heard from like this series and this world altogether. And when I say that, it's I remember a while ago I listened to a song from, oh god, it was either Judgment or Lost Judgment, which I don't even know if they're connected or the same composer, but they might be. But there was a song called like Unwavering Belief that I heard, and that was like, you know, blew my mind. And it's been a while since I've come close to like that feeling, and this was like kind of up there. And what's fascinating about that to me is that usually like a composer will kind of either they have their prime and then they'll stagnate and they kind of just repeat things what they're known for. And then you have like those one special cases where they keep like getting better throughout the years. And I think that's what's happening here. So even though the technology is getting better and these songs are getting more advanced, you know, Shoji's like songwriting is still like surpassing what he was doing before. So, you know, you can have the argument of like, well, Yakuza 0 sounds better or whatever older game, or some people be like, no, this sounds better because it's still competing with it. It's not like a landslide one is better. Of course it's subjective, but I'm just saying like, from what I've heard of like these newer Yakuza ones, they got a lot of production value. There's a lot of like, it's really satisfying to the ears. There's a lot of there's low ends, there's high ends, there's mids. There's just kind of everything to kind of like give this really round, warm sound. I noticed they're playing with keyboards a lot more, at least more on the lead side, and on the rhythm side more. Like that's why I said it was kind of like ethereal. It has more of like an ambiance. But at the same time, like you can hear the guitars like chugging away in the background. You can hear the bass. And the drums sound really professionally done. I don't know how to explain it. Besides, they just sound like the drummer just really knows what they're doing. Let's see what I wrote here. Oh, One thing though, to counteract what I said just a minute ago about kind of expecting a sound, I'm not sure where this plays, obviously, because it's just called Light and Darkness. By the way, the song titles for Yakuza are pretty cool. But from the sounds of that, I'm going to take a shot in the dark that this is a boss. And the only reason I'm saying that is because it sounds like a boss OST for Yakuza. Again, I've only played one game, but, you know, it's kind of night and day between, like, walking around and doing, you know, side quests to, or sub-stories, to fighting, like, a notable boss. Like, the music is way different. It's always like a 180 almost, right? Like, for example, like this one kind of gave me the same sort of aura of late game Zero, which would be the Owano fight. That came out of nowhere because at that point, you know, it's spoilers ahead, but it's like, you know, near end game, and I thought I've heard of like everything Yakuza had to, Zero had to offer at that point. And then that came out of nowhere. I think we all can agree that the Owano song was, I don't even know what it's called, but when that song came on, you're like, whoa, what is this? And where did this come from? That's kind of how I felt here. It had this kind of like level of like really important boss or really like late game type of thing. Obviously, you know, try not to tell me, even though people don't all see these, so they're gonna tell me anyways. But you know, eventually I'm gonna play these either on my own or on stream. I have no idea, but you know, less spoilers the better. But I'm just taking a guess. That's what it sounds like. Oh, the other thing I wrote down besides the amazing production value is well, two things I'll mention. The intro / the like loop part, the kind of beginning. I think it's a clarinet. I think. I really love that because, well, one, it's totally not a common instrument you hear in VGM. So they kind of expanded with their instrumentation in this one. But it reminds me a lot of my favorite composer, which is Ennio Morricone, from the spaghetti western movies like A Fistful of Dollars, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, etc. It has that sound. It has that, like, you know, kind of like, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the Ecstasy of Gold, a little bit. The intro where he's, or not the intro, but the ending where he's running around the graveyard. One of the best movie scenes of all time. It kind of has that feel to it. But every time that the song went cleaner or nicer, when the instruments dropped and it was just like this nice like little either violin part or something, that was done so tastefully well. It wasn't like jarring in any way. I think it doesn't really happen in VGM too much, but in like regular music, I'll notice like an artist will go into like this kind of heavy part and then drop into this kind of nice clean part kind of out of nowhere, just to almost say that they did it. It'll be in key and it'll like make sense, but it just kind of like comes out of nowhere and it's just throws you off. And then sometimes it comes back right away, or it takes too long. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're gonna do it, it's gotta have kind of a rhyme and reason. And in this one, it felt like seamless. It's like the most perfect way to do it. It's just kind of like, oh, it drops here, nice, but the energy kind of still remains. It feels like it's floating somewhere, and then it comes back. So I don't know. What I'm saying is basically, Shoji has just been doing this for a while, and now I've experienced him in F-Zero when I heard that not too long ago. I think it speaks volumes. As a composer myself, it speaks volumes to keep getting better throughout the years and years and years. For example, like he's been making music since some of you were even born. You know what I mean? Perspective, like just decades and all. It's just, and to keep getting better and to just not like write a formula that you know. That's pretty impressive. And I don't even, you know, I've never even followed the guy's catalog. All I know is from these videos and that one game I played. So, you know, there's something about that. There's something really special about that. And I don't know, it's just really impressive. Then again, also, this is like a dragon, which I could be wrong here, but this might be Yakuza 7 as well. I don't know. I never looked into it. But if this is a like sub-series or like a spin-off or something like that, then maybe that's why this sounds a little bit different than like the regular Yakuzas, if that makes sense. Maybe it has like its own kind of world sound. If that, I don't know what I'm getting at, but if it is just like a translation thing, then just disregard what I said. But it definitely doesn't sound anything like most Yakuza music that I've heard. So that's interesting because, you know, I've now been listening to a handful of these songs for the past year, and that one still kind of grabbed my attention. It didn't feel like 6 minutes to me. That was great. Light and Darkness is thank you, Moon Knight, for the request. If you want to make your own, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are totally fine if you do not mind waiting. There is a huge wait list. And a big thank you to my Platinum supporters, which basically they skipped the line on Patreon. Those are Kevin, Patrick, Shadow Maxim, Vanadel, Callanan, Gardeline, DJ Singletone, Mushimari, Jordan, and Fissy. Thank you all so much. Thank you to you for watching. And one of these days I'll do Kiwami, because that's the next one in line. But who knows when that'll be. But, you know, I'm excited to dive deeper into this world. I wasn't expecting the game to be so awesome. I thought it was going to be kind of like I don't know. I have no idea what to expect with Yakuza, but I was really surprised, and I met some of my favorite characters. Majima is cool, in my opinion. But so is everyone else, except Kuze. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse. This has been The Auditorium. Take it easy. Take care of yourselves. Peace.